It's bad.
That's bad. I mean, OG only had
So yeah,
15.
the trades is start. I said it. The trade talks already starting. They're gonna start with this Giannis stuff.
It's
It's gonna
funny
start.
because yeah, there was some news that came out. I think like earlier today, like some reports that the Knicks are like listening and they're like very, they're paying attention to the whole Giannis situation.
Good.
And I mean, who wouldn't, right? Anybody with a
Right.
brain would pay attention to that. But should be no excuse on your play. Raise the banner.
I mean, look at just like everybody's been getting on the Knicks for their defense this year.
Yeah.
But how about the offense? Like, when are we going to start holding? When are we going to get a game where we shoot 50% from the field and 45 or 50% from three? Like, there's been a handful of those games. Even though we're one of the best offensive teams in basketball,
Yeah.
it's just not consistent enough. I don't get it. I really don't, man. And like, you look at these final numbers and it's like, what the fuck, man? You shoot 39%. And again, that's a bump because they were going into the fourth quarter. They were like, I think they were in at like 30%, somewhere along there. And they were like, at one point in the third, they were shooting 8% from three. And
Yeah.
that went up to 20. Right. They finished
Okay.
8 at 41 from three. But like where is just like,
You know, it's frustrating. Where's the consistency? Where is the firepower offense? And you would think, I know we all know Jalen Brunson's elite, but this is a team. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where's the team that, like exactly like you said, that can light it up? You know, and
yeah.
and the whole team is built so that if Jalen Brunson goes to the bench, right, these guys can carry that offensive weight, right, and they can go
Right.
ahead and still impact the game. And it doesn't seem that way, especially when Jalen's not there, and then you look at these numbers. I mean, nobody's really jumping out at you. I mean, Mikal Bridges, excuse me.
I know you're tired. It's West Coast. I get it, bro.
Yeah, that's good. Mikal Bridges, 20 shots, 19 points. I mean,
Yeah, he had a good second half. He was horrible. Him and Deuce were one of 13 in the first half.
well, yeah, I see from three they were both two of one. Bridges was 2 of 9. McBride
Yeah,
2 of 8.
yeah. I mean,
Um,
this game proved everybody. It proved what we all don't want to admit, right? It proved that the New York Knicks really can't win without Brunson. Period.
yep,
When he's out, there's like no identity. There's no cohesion. It's chaos.
yep,
There's no direction. It's just a bunch of dudes out on the court running around
yeah.
and shooting the ball up, and there's nothing there.
It looks like an LA Fitness team, right?
It's bad. It's bad,
Nah,
and nobody steps up.
yep. They
This
all
was
just,
the night.
yeah.
This was a night for anyone to take that step up and say, "All right, give me the ball." Be the guy.
Yeah, don't worry, I got it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
right.
right.
Take some ownership, and instead we got nothing. We got silence,
And that's the
empty possessions, bad shots, zero confidence. It was borderline embarrassing. It
There's no way.
was.
Yeah, there's no way in how like that, and that's my biggest like issue with Karl Anthony Towns, right?
I was just about to talk about him.
And like, where is the fight? Where is the like, when are you gonna take it personal? And if
Let's talk
you
about it.
my
Let's
whole
talk about it.
my biggest issue with him is that too often, regardless if there was trade rumors, right? That's gonna happen in your line of work.
Of course.
But if it was me, right, I'm gonna show you why you shouldn't make the trade, and I'm gonna go
Right.
out there and put on a show. And we know what he's capable of, but I was talking to people about this, and I said, you know, all relationships look good in the honeymoon phase.
Facts.
It's once you get past that, that's when you got to go ahead and look at what you really got. And it seems to me like he just doesn't fit. Like we spoke about last time,
Bro, Bro.
It just looks like he doesn't fit on this team.
I mean, this guy, Karl Anthony Towns, he's getting paid max money to fucking disappear. You don't get paid superstar money and then you float through games and you disappear.
Correct.
And this season has been bad. It's been really bad. And it's nights like this that expose him for who he is.
Yeah.
No dominance, no
Nope.
takeover, can't get to the line, no accountability, never takes ownership for it, nothing. And if Brunson out, and when Brunson's out, this is your moment, Cat. This is you. Step up. And instead of stepping up, he completely shrank and cowered. And then, and come on, I need you.
Yep. The whole team is relying on you, and you are the clear cut number 2. Like, I hate this notion of, oh, OG, oh, Bridges. They're important. No question about it. You are the clear cut number 2 guy, right? There's a Batman and there's a Robin, right? And there's a one, Batman's number 1, and there's a reason you're number 2. And like you said, max money. Carmelo Anthony and Vince Carter, on the show when we lost to Detroit, said that. Well, Vince Carter alluded to it, if you're making more than X amount of money, you're the number 2. And he didn't even name Mikal Bridges Carmelo. He named OG and he named Karl Anthony Towns. And it's just, it's at some point, it's a pride thing, right? Do you care? Because do you care? Like, regardless of trade rumors, regardless of all of that stuff, if there's some issue, no, at the end of the day, you got to wake up and say, no, I stand for something. I mean something to this team. And you got to step up to the plate. And it's like, I don't feel it. Like, when I see him there, and it's like the whispers just getting louder and louder. And this is just a game that you can circle and say, hey, look at it. Like, the Kings are not like an elite team. They're a team that if
that's what I was just going to say. Let's not ignore this opponent. This is a fucking lottery team, the Kings.
Yeah.
They're not a contender. Yep. They're not a juggernaut. It's a team you're supposed to handle, especially with the days off. Come on. Even without Brunson, you should win this game. And instead, the Knicks looked lost tonight. Soft. You would completely unprepared, bro.
The effort that we gave today is the effort you'd expect from them.
Correct.
Excuse me, I apologize, everybody.
Don't worry about it, man.
So,
as soon as we get to Mike Brown, we'll wrap up pretty quick.
No, it's good because I want to talk about it because it is frustrating, and I'm sure every Knicks fan that's out there feels exactly the same way. A lot of the times, Eddie, we don't want to talk about it, right? Because it's like the elephant in the room,
right?
But it's like we have no choice. We have no choice but to talk about it because, God forbid, Brunson is out for a little bit, right? Let's just say, I don't know, the injury was a serious thing. Like,
I hope it's not serious.
You're expecting this kind of effort going forward? Like, no, and thankfully this year, the injuries that we've gotten, they haven't been too serious, but they've been blessings in disguise. And if Brunson's out, I mean, you're going to go up against some. We got Detroit again in
February. Well, we have a very tough schedule.
Yeah. We got Phoenix this Saturday, I think it was.
Saturday, and then I think it's Monday, Martin Luther King game.
Yeah, and then tomorrow we got Golden State Warriors. They're not a pushover team,
No, especially at home. They're like 13-6.
That's what I'm saying. Curry, Butler, Draymond, they're gonna bring it, and you know how Draymond likes to get on Karl Anthony Towns, so it's like, how are you going to respond? Well,
we already saw how he responded tonight.
Lifeless.
And here's the thing. With his horrible play, it only fucks us even more because then no team's going to want to take this guy in a trade. Do you think any team wants to give this guy $56 million?
Yeah.
No chance.
And he's playing himself. Like, at the end of the day, regardless of what happens, you got to worry about an extension. You know what I'm saying? After this season,
what has he got? 2 more years after this?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but like, even if you play horrible, like, you have to, like, it's a pride thing. Like, for me, like, regardless if we don't get along, like, if I can look at the Kings and they got like Russell Westbrook, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, like, they got a bunch of and their best player's not even there. Sabonis is not even playing. So,
right.
Like, there should be nobody on that team that should be able to hold you down. You should be able to go to work and say,
especially with the percentages you're shooting. I mean, they couldn't hit a thing tonight. I don't get it, Anthony. I don't.
yeah,
I don't know what's going on.
41 threes we took, and
And
we
what did we
shot
hit? 10 of them?
8 of
8.
them,
Oh my God.
20%.
It's just, without Brunson, it's bad.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing that it's so alarming. There's got to be some sort of, if you're a championship team, at what point, because every championship team, the stars are going to show up. The way the championship teams win championship is the other guys step up, right? The Spurs were a great team for all those years with Duncan, Parker, Ginobili, yeah. But it was the other guys who made impact. Boris Diaw, you had all these other guys that stepped up,
Right.
and made impact. And
they have no secondary leader. That's really what this comes down to. With no Brunson, it exposes all the Knicks' holes. No leader, no second option, no toughness, no resiliency, no urgency. You would like the moment Brunson goes down, that should be like all of them should be all right. I got to step up.
all
I got
hands
to
on
take
deck,
the lead
yeah.
tonight. If this team goes as Brunson goes, they're going to be fucked. If Brunson goes down for a long period of time, they don't have anybody that could fill his shoes, not even close. And that's a massive problem.
It's a
Because
massive problem.
when you're a contender and you fold like this, it just shows all your weaknesses. And stars don't hide when their numbers called. Stars step up. Carlton Towns is not that. This wasn't a bad loss. This was a fucking indictment on this team, on this build. And I'm sorry if I'm being a little dramatic, but we should have won this game.
Listen, you don't just give games away, right? This is a game that you had the proper rest, and it looks similar to how we came out versus Detroit. Right?
Well, we got our ass kicked in the first quarter.
Yeah, but there was no fight from anybody, right?
Correct.
Jalen was the only reason.
But they weren't even being physical, Ant.
Yeah.
Right? So that's like the difference between the Detroit game and this. There was no physicality in this.
But it was the same attitude.
Laissez-faire defense, back off.
I don't feel like playing today,
Yeah.
I don't care. And like, when you don't care, that's a problem, because what happens when you get punched in the mouth? Right? When it comes playoff time, don't just think it's a switch that you can hit and say, "Oh, we're gonna care now." Like, no, you have to. The attitude has to always be there, right? And I get it. You're not gonna win every single game. However, right? The Detroit Pistons were down Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duran, right?
Yeah.
And they beat the Bulls.
Right.
They were beating teams that you should beat, right? But they didn't have their top two guys. Just imagine Brunson with no cap, right? And then you guys still win. So, like, you're telling me that you have Karl Anthony Towns and you can't?
It's unbelievable.
You can't beat the Sacramento Kings?
No. Hold on. We got Mike Brown. Let me get Mike Brown up here.
Yeah, no problem.
Let me get to this. Hold on. I don't know. He's been on for a while, so give me a second. Let me get it. All right. There we go. Just give me 1 second. And let me make sure the volume's up. All right. He's coming on right now, so. Here you go.
Give Sacramento a lot of credit. They did a great job defensively and offensively against us throughout the course of the game. The thing that they kicked our behind, but the thing I'm most disappointed in, we're a team that touches the paint and sprays the basketball. We had 12 sprays for the game, and we had plenty of opportunities to spray the ball in the playoff with 2 feet, but we kept driving and shooting tough shots.
Bricks.
That we either A, missed, or B, got blocked. And, for us to touch the paint as many times as we did, but not share it or move it like we normally do, it was tough to see. The next thing is, we're a no middle team. and we gave up middle drive after middle drive after middle drive.
Rosen.
Give Precious Achua a lot of credit. He was with us. He was with me during the Nigerian national team, and he had a big game. He impacted the game in a lot of ways, and he had 20 and 14. But he's a guy that when you close out on him, we want to be the second jumper. And to start the game, we ran him off the line like 3 times, and so we didn't do a good job of following our game plan tonight. You want to close his body and keep him on the sideline and force him to put the ball on the ground and make plays. But we didn't just run him off the line. We ran Russ off the line a couple of times early in the game as well, which created the dominoes or started the dominoes for them to fall. But their entire team played a good basketball game tonight, or especially their starting 5. And so to give up as many middle drives as we did was tough to watch. And then lastly, we just fouled. I wish I could sit here and blame the referees, but I can't blame the referees. We just, every time they drove the basketball, and they drove it with force. I even told our guys, I said, they're driving to your chest. We're driving away from the basket, trying to shoot a difficult shot. And when they drive at your chest, we're sticking our hands out.
Fouling them.
And when you stick your hands out, it's going to be a foul. And, we probably stuck our hands out 2 or 3 times alone in that third quarter. But to send the team, especially on the road, to the free throw line for 20 free throws, I think in the third quarter. I think they had 20 free throws in the third quarter. That's
in the third quarter.
And our especially our one-on-one defense was non-existent tonight, because all we did was foul and send it to the free throw line. So tough night. We got to get ready for a tough one tomorrow, but we cannot play the way we played today. This is one of the worst, if not the worst, that I've seen us play the entire year in terms of following a game plan and keeping the game simple.
Mike, when Jalen obviously leaves the game in the first quarter, just what did you see from how your team responded? What happened after that?
Well, we didn't respond. We didn't respond at all. I mean, I got to give the Kings credit because they took it to us and
stuck it to them.
We didn't respond in any way, shape, or form. But even before Jalen got hurt, we weren't following the game plan, and I'm not sure why, but we just kind of were out there just going through the motions. And if you go through the motions in this league, it doesn't matter. You're gonna get your behind kicked, and we got our behind kicked. I haven't checked it. Yeah,
and just when you talk about the paint touches, do you think there's some sense of guys trying to do too much or play hero ball when he goes out?
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't asked the guys, but I kind of told them what I saw. So you would have to ask them. But we had plenty of opportunities to play off of 2 feet and spray it. We just didn't do it.
Mike, there was a play I think in the first half. Cat drove, fell. They got it down, got a shot. The ball got tipped out for an offensive rebound, and he still hadn't broken half court. You've talked about kind of this team doesn't always have the urgency necessary. Was that play just kind of one of the examples of just this team needing to kind of understand the importance of like every possession and figuring that out?
Yeah, I call it next play speed. He drove, or something happened where he fell down. I think it was he drove, he fell down. When you fall down, you got to get up, you got to sprint down the floor. And even if you're the last guy down the floor, you got to get down there just in case there's a long rebound. But there was no urgency. Now, that wasn't the only play. There were a handful of plays where we did that, but there was no sense of urgency on that particular play to get back. And it was a 5-point swing. If he at least gets down the floor, long rebound, he's going to get it because he's trailing the play. But we watched the play at halftime, and he didn't even cross half court. And that's part of that. That sums up, what our night was.
Mike, pregame, you had a moment with Kings owner for background at Adibe. Any insight into that conversation that you had?
Oh, he was just saying hello. That's all. Yeah.
And how weird is it going to be tonight, leaving the stadium with the beam lit and them cheering light the beam at the end of the game?
It's not weird. They kicked our behind. I'd be cheering that too. I'd like the beam too. So I mean, it's not weird at all. It's a ball game. I don't care who we play, who we would have played tonight. If we played that way, I'd be disappointed. Starting with me, I'd be disappointed. I'd be disappointed in myself and the rest of the team because we it was sad, but we didn't play the way we were capable of playing. And when you do that, you're gonna get your behinds kicked. And we got our behinds kicked.
Were you kind of surprised that Babette came over to speak to you before the game?
No, I mean, you'd have to talk to him about that. But it was a nice gesture, and we just said hello and just a simple exchange. That's all. Yeah.
And what do you think about the ovation that the fans gave you?
But like I said, man, I had a great time here. The fans were fantastic. We enjoyed living here, and so I appreciate it. There's a lot of love for the fans here, but in the same breath too, we're happy as hell in New York, and we enjoy the organization, we enjoy the fans there, and we enjoy where we live. So.
Mike, so just kind of looking back at this, it's good to see you, by the way.
Good to see you for sure.
Was it an emotional night, kind of overall looking back at it, and how are you taking it at this point? You just kind of looking to get past it?
No, again, I had a great time here. My family had a great time here, and we got our behinds kicked, and we talk about the game, and we get ready for the next one. That's what this league's about. You got 82 of them. You got to take them one at a time, and you got to keep trying to coach and get better, and then move on to the next one. And it's kind of how it is. But it's always, like I said, I enjoyed my time here, so it was good to be back for sure.
Talked about trying to keep guys not going this way, not going that way. Where do you feel like? How do you characterize the state of the locker room right now during this tough stretch?
The tough part about it is we played pretty good basketball in Portland. We played decent basketball in Phoenix, and the season again, it's not going to be like this. You're going to take your hits, and this is a hit. The tough part about tonight is there were some controllables that we didn't control, and when you see that, that's what makes it more disappointing.
Right.
But we're definitely not going to win all 82. We're not going to, win out the rest of the year. We're going to have our peaks and valleys. Hopefully we do this more than the other way, and we just keep trying to get better from our wins and our losses.
All right, that's Mike Brown. Oh, yeah, man. I honestly just don't know. He called it the worst game of the season. He's right, but I mean, I think we've had some other really bad games
I thought
too.
the Detroit loss was way worse. I'm sorry. That's just me.
I guess, yeah, I think Detroit, because they just kicked our ass.
We had Brunson,
but I get,
we had everybody there.
Right.
I know Hart didn't play, but
still,
Brunson came out with a master first half and kept us in striking distance, but it was like nobody else impacted the game. But I thought that was worse. This was, I guess, the worst loss against,
because they're so bad.
Yeah, exactly. Like against a team that you should beat, this is probably a worse loss because you could just, even like just the energy from him. It was like, yeah, we came out with no energy. Well, yeah, like, and he should, like, I don't know. I didn't like. It kind of seemed like he didn't care, and not like that. Like, and again, he's just talking at the end of the game, whatever. But
I think he cared. I just don't, I think he had some feel good moments because he was a comeback game and whatnot.
Yeah, he came back to the
right.
Sacramento Kings. Yeah.
So, but I mean, should he have been a little bit more vocal critically? I think so. I mean, me and you are, I think, more pissed off than he is.
Absolutely. And he said, you're not going to win all 82, but
no, definitely not. But
he did say, we didn't show up. Like, we didn't play to the level that we know we can play. And I think he's a first-year coach. But I think he also has to have like a certain level of patience, right? But because we've seen Mike Brown kind of like lose it. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like go off the rails or just snap, right?
He's not like Thibodeau or anything like
No,
that.
he's not like that. But you know, when he needs to let people know, he's definitely a different tune and all that. But I don't know. Like I mean, I know there was that report that him and Cat had friction. So
And that's what I want to get into next.
go ahead, Eddie.
Is it time to have the conversation about trading this guy, even if it's not for Giannis?
Mhm.
Because it's seriously, we got to be honest about what we are. We're
Yeah.
trying to win at least. All right, we're trying to get to the finals. Let's just put it that way. I'm not going to say yes. We're ultimately trying to win a championship, but we're trying to get to the finals at the very least in a very weak Eastern Conference, which we talked about. Okay, when the Knicks lose, Jalen Brunson, everything else collapses. They are not the same team, and that alone is a damning thing. It's alarming. Okay.
Some good news, real quick. James Edwards reports that Jalen Brunson walked out of the locker room without a boot or crutches, which is a good sign.
Good. Okay. All right. Well, that's good news.
Yeah.
But
continue.
Right. It just, what makes this so upsetting and so unacceptable is the fact that he's being paid to carry the load of the second option. He's not asked to be the first option.
Yes.
He's asking to be the second guy. And the guy just is this year, he's incapable of doing it. And that's Cat. That's who he is. And I get it. Some guys aren't perfect, but this guy is so flawed in so many different ways.
Yeah.
It's really alarming. And look, man, maybe you'll look into trading him for a couple of pieces that just fit better, even if it's not Giannis.
I think the conversation that I want to have, and anybody who's watching, we appreciate you guys for showing.
Yeah, I know it's late. I appreciate
it. Late East Coast game, but I want to be honest. I make a lot of jokes, and I just, but I've said it since we got Karl Anthony Towns. I wasn't one of the people that was in favor of the trade because I just thought Randall was a better player, right? Now, we can talk about the numbers, and at the time, Karl Anthony Towns did great versus Joker in the playoffs, but he shot the Wolves out of the Dallas series.
Correct.
So I just felt the only difference was that he could shoot the ball. He could shoot the three ball better, but I just thought that Randall had a better bag, right? He had a better.
Maybe in the post, I will give you that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, he had better.
I mean, both super flawed players.
Yes. However, that was just me. But when we traded for Karl Anthony Towns, I'm like, yo, he's wearing the orange and blue. I'm gonna support him regardless, right?
Correct.
That's what I do. I support, even whether I like or dislike the player. I put that aside because at the end of the day, I could be wrong about the player, and everybody deserves the benefit of the doubt. And that first year was great, but there was mistakes. But there was a lot of things that we saw that I said that's not going to change next year, right? The constant fouling, right?
Right. The complaining.
And if anybody watches these games, Karl Anthony Towns is a worse foul baiter than Jalen Brunson is. It's not even like a debate. And when he doesn't get these calls, he's so affected to the point where he checks out. And it's like,
you can't have that.
You're the best big man. Like, he says this too. He's the best big man that can shoot the ball, but you don't shoot it enough. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. And so, to me, that's like you're lying on yourself, because I would take prime Dirk any day of the week.
Of course.
I would take prime Dirk, but
I would take Chris Bosh over him.
These are the things, you have to and like you said, Eddie, he's so flawed as a player. And the reason why things
for him to say that is so crazy. Like, dude, it's like, bro, you're saying you're this good. You're a Hall of Fame and this, that, and the other. Oh, the game is going to remember me when I'm gone. Okay, great. But you're not even a fucking number 2. Like, come on.
Hold on, Eddie. It's sad because I said it last time to you in Top Bunks. Shout out to Top Bunks.
Top is getting his sleep tonight. I understand.
Yeah, no, it's understandable, and especially that's what's more frustrating, that you stay up and you watch a game like this,
right?
And it's like, where's the effort, right?
What are we watching?
Yeah, what are we watching here? Is this like Planet Fitness basketball, Rec League basketball? Like, what are we doing here, New York?
Right.
And I always felt that you couldn't change Cat's fouling and removing himself from the game, right? I think that's what holds him back. But that's a fundamental issue that you can't erase, especially he's in year what, 10, 11?
11, yeah. He was
Year
in
11. That's
15,
what
16. This is year 11.
those habits aren't going to disappear. That's it. That's
No,
what
it's
you
not. This
are.
is who he is.
That's what you are, and that's what you're gonna be. I just find it crazy. Like, you watch Julius Randle with Anthony Edwards, and he's
Kind of
playing,
works.
and that works. They're playing like hero ball, like you know, and
I don't know how far they'll go in the West, but
no,
yeah, sure.
listen, we both made the conference finals last year, but it's just like when you need a number two to do its thing, and especially like if Anthony Edwards, like, look, they just blew out the Bucks.
Right.
They had no Edwards, they had a few guys missing, no Rudy Gobert. They
Yep.
blew out the Bucks by whatever
They
it was.
killed them. I mean, to the point where Giannis got booed and booed back.
Giannis is booing.
That's what I was going to get into that next.
So my whole thing was, at some point, regardless of whatever's happening, 'cause we obviously don't know everything that's happening, right? At some point, you got to care. Like, you're still an NBA ball player. Like, your best guy goes down. Like, okay, let's make some things happen. Like, all right, now the whole thing was, oh, Jalen doesn't pass the ball. Jalen wasn't there the
Yeah.
whole game. So what are you gonna say now? The guy who has given him the guy, because a lot of people say, oh, Tyler Clark has better chemistry. He looks for Cat. Okay, so
Right.
let's look at how many assists Tyler Kolek had, right? And he got some minutes today.
He did. How many minutes total did he play tonight?
I'm telling you right now.
Yeah,
He
if you
played
could rip off the box score,
24
that'd be
minutes.
great.
24 minutes. Tyler Kolek, he had 7 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. 3
What
of
was
9.
he from 3?
From 3, he was 1 for 4. Tyler Kolek.
Okay, all right. So
And
bad,
Karl
but
Anthony
not.
Towns had 13 points. He took 14 shots. He took 1 3.
1
3, and he had 4 free throws. Made 3 of them.
Got to get more free throws than that, man.
5 steals, 5 personal fouls, and if I'm not mistaken, Karl Anthony Towns had 3 turnovers. Led the team in turnovers. The next one was Josh Hart. He had 2, but
Yeah, Josh Hart was off tonight too.
yeah, but this is like my thing. So what was the excuse today? And Jalen Brunson wasn't there to ball hog, right?
Right.
He was out. He played 5 minutes. So where was the rest of the team looking for him? And I was watching a podcast on YouTube. Jeff Teague, he has a show, and he played with Karl Anthony Towns in Minnesota, and he said that's just the way Cat is. He said Cat is, one day good, one day flawed. One day he'll want it, the next day and that's just the way he is. Like, it's like mood swings. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, and
it's bipolar basketball.
Yeah, and it's like, at what point are you gonna give a damn about, yo, give me the rock, pass me the ball, I want the ball right now, I'm the number 2, give it to me. And Julius Randle, at least he would say that, give me the rock, you know what I'm saying? Give me the, and that's what we want. We're not asking for miracles. We know what Karl Anthony Towns is capable of.
Bro, he needs to be able to like score on his own. Like Mike Brown shouldn't have to make plays for this guy in year 11. Like, he should be automatic almost at this point.
I agree, but I don't think he can.
I don't think so either.
He doesn't have a post game. A lot of he's $50 million and he's playing like a role player.
Right. And a fucking bad role player at that.
Yep. Because of the ticky-tack fouls, and how are you 7 feet and you got 4 rebounds, bro? You can't get rebounds over Precious Achiuwa?
That's all he had?
4 rebounds.
Who was our leading rebounder? Mitch, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
How
Mitch
many
had 11.
And who was second to him? Hart?
Yep. Hart had 5. Oh, no, excuse me. McBride had 6. Kolek had 5. Hart had 5.
Wow. So we got just got our asses handed to us tonight. Handed.
They beat us 48 rebounds to 45. We had 16 offensive. They had 9 offensive. But
Let me ask you, bro. At this point, we both watched what happened last night in Milwaukee.
yeah,
Could it be possible that you call them up and say, "What do you want for this guy?" And at this point, could we? I mean, listen. Leon Rose is a former agent. He could back channel and try to get him to force Milwaukee's hand. Now, I'm not saying that they got to take Karl-Anthony Towns off their hand because, frankly, if I'm running Milwaukee, I'm going to ask for OG Anunoby. I'm not going to ask for Karl-Anthony Towns. But I really think at this point, I don't think I can live with this team. I don't think this team has enough. I don't think right now this team has enough to get out of the East.
I would agree.
I think Detroit's that much better. I do. I know you don't, but I do.
I think on paper Detroit is, but my issue with the Knicks is that do you care enough, right? I know Jalen Brunson's going to show up and care enough. It's
of course.
Everybody else, right? My number 2, are you going to be a number 2 when we need you, right?
He hasn't.
And he hasn't.
I mean, he's done it probably maybe 15 times where you could say, okay, he's been that number 2, even a number 1.
This has been career-wise, been his worst year.
Right, exactly. Other than his rookie year.
Yeah, and
all his numbers are horrible.
Are down. And a lot of people want to say it's Brunson, but
they say it's Mike Brown too.
Yeah. Well,
a lot of people say it's Mike Brown, but I don't believe that.
My whole thing is I don't believe that either. I think if you either got to get with the program or don't get with it, right? Because last year it was Tibbs was the problem. Okay, we replaced the coach.
Of course.
We replaced the coach. Now what? What's the excuse now? Is the coach again?
Right, because right now, record-wise, we were better last year than this year.
Yes. Now, I was a big person that said, I don't care what we are record-wise, right? Because if you're a champion, regardless of seed, you don't have to be the number 1 seed. Like, at the end of the day, apologies. At the end of the day, you got to go ahead. You got to go ahead and want this. You got to go ahead and want this, right? And I don't see that from this team, especially when Brunson's not on the floor.
No.
I know Brunson has that killer instinct and that killer mindset, but this is this is the reason why Brunson will go ahead and bullhog, right? Because
correct.
If you're not gonna step up and do your job, well, I'm not waiting for you, brother. We gotta win this game, and that's why. Oh, Cat doesn't pass. That Cat doesn't pass. Brunson doesn't pass the Cat. Brunson doesn't pass the Cat. Well, Brunson wasn't in the game today, and I think. Listen, I'm not opposed to. This is the best chance that the Knicks are going to have at winning a title.
100%.
No Halliburton.
This is it.
No Tatum. The Hawks are right?
I don't know about the Hawks. The Hawks actually scare me, but that's
a good team. I'm just saying, if we get into a series, I like our chances because at the end of the day, I think we could beat that kind of team. But team like Philly in the playoffs, a team like
they're scary.
Detroit, a team like the Boston Celtics, those are the guys that you can't sleep on those guys, and you got to
they're going to take you to 6 games at a minimum.
You got to be at the tippy top of your peak, right? You can't be horsing around. You can't just say, I want to play, I don't want to play. You got to be locked and loaded, ready to go come playoff time. And again, it's an 82-game season, but I just don't like these wins. I don't like these losses because it speaks of like we're cocky, like we got this, like no big deal. Like that's the wrong attitude to have because you can get knocked off your block any day of the week with that kind of attitude. You should try to win every single game. And we got some. Listen, we haven't even hit the All-Star break yet, but
we're more than halfway through.
I know
this was game 42, I believe.
If I was tampering or whatever, you do what you got to do to try to get. Hey, Giannis, if you want to come here, all you got to do is say, hey, I want to go to the Knicks. And then we're going to have, whatever you got to do it because, Eddie, you could agree with me and I'll pass it right back to you.
Okay.
The one thing about Giannis He's not a quitter.
No.
He will give you the same effort. He has the same motor that Josh Hart has. He will give you effort every single night. You're not going to be cheated on that. He's
No.
going to show up
You
every
get
single night.
leadership.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to get toughness.
Yeah.
You're going to get intensity. You're
Yep.
going to get, you're going to get defense.
Yep.
You're going to get stops in the paint. You know, you're going to get a presence along with Brunson that definitely meshes better than Karl-Anthony Towns.
And Giannis has been, a lot of people forget this. Giannis is an NBA champion.
Yes.
And he's an MVP. And he's never played with a guy like Jalen Brunson. You know, Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton, when they won the title, they were amazing players. Don't get me wrong, but they weren't at the same caliber of level as Jalen Brunson. So you put these two guys together, two killer instincts. To me, it's a no-brainer that you have to make that move. I just think, and I think you agree, the time is now. Like, we can't squander and wait around till the offseason because, maybe they'll get it together. Like, why wait till maybe? Like, if we don't make the finals this year, it's a failure. Like, and if you have the opportunity to make the finals, why would you go ahead and play with it? So I think that chair is getting hotter and hotter, especially after tonight. Like, there's no question in my mind that Leon Rose and some of these reports that came out in the timeline about Giannis, and I just hope that I hope that there's some sort of behind the scenes with this guy, because I hate watching this kind of basketball where it's just
it's garbage.
Yeah, it's pathetic basketball. Like
bro, like
I can't.
and let's talk on like even Mikal Bridges. Like, we gave up all the picks for him, and I get him; he's another flawed player. But like, even him, like we need you to step up tonight. He's not capable of giving us like 25. He's just not.
Yeah,
and it sucks. And I like Mikal. I do. I think he's a really good player. I think
I like him too, but we definitely
gave up too much. Now again, would we have maybe a pick or two left over? Maybe, but like even that's not going to get you a superstar. What we have left over, you get what I'm saying? We would have gave up at least 3 picks to get him if he was on any other team.
Yeah.
But he's flawed. OG's flawed, and it's just not working right now, and it sucks. And it just something's got to give. Like, I think they got to. I would try to ship Cat out of town. I would try to make this team a different way, even if it's not Giannis.
That's the thing. It's like we have to. Maybe the next show we'll figure out some packages, mate, that could maybe, if we couldn't get Giannis, what are some realistic packages that
you could? You could ask for Zion, Trey Murphy, something like that.
Well, Trey Murphy's solid as hell. I mean, he's legit.
Would they want Cat? I don't even know.
I mean, at this point, they'd want whoever, because that ship has sailed with Zion.
Correct.
With the Pelicans.
I mean, the only thing with Zion is he just doesn't play. I mean, he could go down in the playoffs, and then then you're really screwed.
You're screwed. That's why, like, I'm
so
like,
it's a huge risk with Zion.
I'm pumping the brakes on like a Zion, because that's exactly the issue. I mean, I'd take my chances with Trey Murphy, like another. I would take my chances with him. Who else is out there?
Let me look at their.
Trying to think who else is out there that's for sale. Would you do a Sabonis? I mean, I know he's hurt.
I would, but he's got a torn meniscus, so that could be a whole season.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That you don't come back from right away. It's a knee injury.
Yeah. You can rehab it. It's like Hakaporti did it last year. He tore his meniscus.
Right.
And he was out for 2 months, and then.
Well, Hakaporti's not a number 1, number 2.
No, no. Sabonis has definitely got a lot more responsibility. He's going to be a lot more 100%. But he's been out for a while. Yeah. I mean, we don't know if he's.
Do you look into the John Morant? Another undersized guard. I don't think that's a fit.
I don't either. Another name that's out there is Jaren Jackson.
I don't think he fits because then you lose the rebounds with him.
I agree. I think he's more of like a shooting.
You know who I think go ahead, go finish.
He's a shooting big, but yeah, go ahead.
The best guy that they could get would be Bam Adebayo, if they could get him.
Yeah, if they could get him, I don't know if Miami.
Like it would probably be OG for Bam. Matter of fact, let me try that to see if that even works.
Yeah, that sounds more right, but I'm trying to think who else. Who else? Blazers now.
So the problem is, this trade would work.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I would think they would want more.
Yeah.
Probably a couple of picks on top of that. Maybe you send them Deuce McBride to really get him to take it. Deuce, and you take back. Let me see who you could take back. Some garbage on their team. Let me see. Tyler Hero, I think, is going to stay. You could take back Terry Rozier and cut him.
He's an expiring.
Right. So you could send them, let me see, like, to really get the deal done, you could, like, maybe work out a way with, like, Mitch or Josh Hart or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Bam Adebayo would change everything.
Yeah, he
would make them a legitimate championship contender.
He's a defensive. I don't think he's I mean, he could hit the mid range, but.
I mean, what does he average? He averages what, 18
like 15,
points a game?
Something like that, 15, 16.
Is he that low? I thought he's a little bit higher than
so.
that.
I mean, I always see this Knicks this Heat account that pops up on my timeline.
He's at 19-9 this season.
Okay.
8.1 rebounds.
Okay. So he's definitely more like a defensive big. I don't know if the Heat would do that, but yeah. In my sports, yeah, thankfully. Hopefully he will play tomorrow versus Golden State. Hopefully he's fine.
Now, does Mitch go tomorrow? Or are they going to sit him?
I don't know. And that's another, like, I honestly get the feeling that, like, especially, I don't know if you follow, but Mitch has been posting a lot of stuff on Facebook and stuff like that. And it just makes it seem like he's about to get dealt or something. Now, again, he does that a lot, right?
Right. Yeah, he posts, like, weird things.
A lot of cryptic stuff. So he could just be in, the typical Mitch, but that's what he's like, I'm at peace. And it's like, okay.
If you had Bam, you could kind of move Cat to the 4, and Bam would clean up a lot. You could kind of start them next to each other. Again, I would want to move Cat out.
Yeah.
But again, you're dealing with Riley, who's smart. And again, or you could try to maybe a 3-team trade where another team would value Cat. Yeah. And we get Bam and whatever. I would think they would want OG Anunoby.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, like.
It works straight up.
It does work, but I don't know if we trade. I don't know if that makes us championship contenders with Cat and Bam. I feel
Bam is a legitimate defensive option. I mean,
he's a defensive. He definitely changed dynamic defensively.
It hurts.
Yeah.
Or maybe you could give them a package of Mikal, Mitch, and Deuce. But then again, you got to worry about signing 2 other players now, going over the second apron.
Well, I wonder if guys will get bought out too. That's another thing. But
we could only get guys making under 12.
Yeah.
Million.
Maybe like an Alvarado gets bought out. You get Alvarado.
He's got 2 more years. I don't think he'll get bought out.
Oh, okay. I thought he had 1 year.
Yeah.
But for me, I would just try to move off a Cat. That's my biggest thing. I think
I would love to.
I think back to like when we had like Brunson and Dante, like when we had that dynamic.
Right.
It worked out because Dante could handle the rock, right?
Right.
We were just missing Randall, right? We were missing Randall.
Right.
We were missing a couple guys, like,
Yeah, everybody got hurt. And when it was all going well.
Yeah. So
and yeah.
if we could keep OG, I mean, I wouldn't mind moving. Like again, Giannis is the goal for me. Like I'm moving Mitch, Cat, Deuce if I have to get uh a Giannis Antetokounmpo, and then you get I don't know, you get a Kyle Kuzma or you get a Bobby Portis with that, you know.
It's gonna be Kuzma because they're gonna want to dump him on us for
Yeah,
2
yeah.
years.
So you do something like that. That would be my biggest focus because I'd have to really look at it to see who else is available. I know the Giannis thing isn't. I mean, excuse me, the Zion thing is intriguing, but I'm pumping the brakes on that just because
It's a championship year.
championship year and Zion always goes down. Like that's why he's only playing like when he played us, he played like 29 minutes. Like and it's
And then that's a guy you get. You get Zion, and then if he goes down, you're screwed.
that's the whole thing.
Right? And how's he gonna fit?
It's another Mitch. It's Mitch
He's
with a higher potential of six, of offensive, an all around game, but you still have the whole health thing. Like we got to manage him game to game.
right, and he doesn't get the rebounds like Mitch would get. Like he's
he's got he's got tremendous talent.
especially in the paint.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's a beast in terms of when he's attacking the rim. Like he was
Right.
moving OG when we played him. Like it takes a
Yeah.
lot to move OG and Anunoby. So he can do that. But in terms of the offensive rebounding and can he stay healthy enough? I mean, if he was to be able to stay healthy, maybe he could be like an offensive rebound or a rebounding monster. But the problem is that he's just
You got to treat him with kids' gloves. That's the problem.
That's my whole call. Like I would take my chance with Trey Murphy. Like
I would too.
he just
But again, now looking at that, I think he's only making like 30 million or something along those lines. So let me look at him. Let me look at him.
And Trey Murphy's friends with these guys, right?
From what I understand, yeah.
He was on the Roommates podcast, I think, at one point.
All right, so Pelicans are 9-32. Let's get on them. Hold on, give me a second. All right, so you got Zion at 39.4. So to match that, you would need, OG because he's 37, or Trey Murphy's at 25. You could trade Trey Murphy. Is Herb Jones hurt?
I'm
trying to figure out if he's hurt or not.
I don't know, to be honest. Hold on.
He's at. I don't think he is. He's 10.
Yeah,
no, he's only played. He's only played 14 games.
Yeah, he's been out with an ankle sprain.
Okay, so he's okay. Nothing special, but do you deal Cat for something like, Trey Murphy and Zion? Would they take it?
Yeah, I saw that they wanted like 3 firsts for him. And
for Zion?
For Murphy, I think I saw that they were like 3 firsts and like a young player or something like that.
So that's probably not accurate.
So maybe you could do Cat, Deuce, and whatever second rounders you got, and you get Trey Murphy and Zion, something like that. I don't know.
Let me see. Zion. Let's see who else. Trey Murphy. But you're giving up a lot.
Yeah.
You're getting a lot for Cat, Yeah. And I don't even know if that even works. Let me see what the particulars are on that. And again, this is just me doing. All right, so they're combined at 64 million. So you could probably give them Cat, Deuce, and maybe like Yabusele and a bunch of picks.
Yeah.
And maybe that works. So shout out to Ashley, by the way. Appreciate you. She says, so Bills, Bears, but all right. I guess she's talking football, but okay. All good. We're trying to figure out who to bring this. Again.
Who's going to revive these Knicks, right?
Yeah.
Back to freaking earth because
there's not a lot of options out there either. I mean, would you try Ja Morant? Would you even consider that, or is that just no?
Brunson will play off ball.
Ja's not Mr. Efficient at
He's not
all.
efficient. He needs volume, but Brunson could play off ball. Brunson gets a lot of.
And Ja's not exactly a great defender. Another
He's not a
undersized
great
guy.
defender, and he can't shoot. But he's
Right.
he could
And
attack.
what's his name? Jaren Jackson can't shoot either, though.
I know. That's why, like, I wouldn't like. Even I told my friend he's a Heat fan. I said, "Yo, even if you get John Moran, I said it's not gonna make your team better."
He's a cancer as new. Yeah, I don't. I wouldn't want Ja. Again,
Yeah, I
I
wouldn't
think the
want him
guy
either.
that fits us best is
He's in Milwaukee.
either that or Bam, one or the other.
Yeah, and I doubt that they'll move off of Bam. I think they'll
doubt
move
it
off of
too.
Hero before they'll move off of Bam. But Giannis is the play, in my opinion. Or we go to
Would they
what?
take Cat though, Ant? That's a question. Would they
What are they
take
what?
on Cat? Would they take Karl Anthony Towns off our hands?
If Giannis asks for us, I don't see why not. Now again, they might ask for OG, but we'll say, what if we give you Michaela and Cat, and you give us?
Giannis needs to just ask out and say, I want to go to the Knicks, and that's it.
And he keeps saying that he said that before he did the thumbs down. He said, "Oh, I'm not asking out."
Yeah,
But then he went ahead and gave thumbs down, and it's
mixed
like, well,
signals.
yeah, mixed signals. And I just think it's getting to the point where you have no choice. Like you're gonna. This is what it is, and at some point, someone's gonna have to advise you to say, "Hey, bro, just say I want to go to the Knicks," and
Yeah,
make things easier. Um, I don't know. I think to last year, or not when we made the OG trade mid-year, and we went on that run. We were like, we had a crazy record with OG and Anunoby on our team, and then
yes, first
he had
year.
and
What
I
were
get
they? 23 or something crazy.
some
Like,
crazy number, and then he got like some injury that he had for a long time. He had like a bone spur in his elbow, so he
right.
sat out for a little bit, and yeah, we had like some
That
crazy
was the
number.
first year, 23, 24.
Yeah,
I
when we
believe,
first
right?
got him, and then we went to 7 games with Indiana,
Yep,
and
and everybody got hurt.
yeah, so
Brunson even got hurt in that game.
yeah, Brunson broke his hand. So
Right.
I just think, yeah, I just think we're gonna keep doing this, until I just don't think this is gonna change, unfortunately. And I said this, and I'm gonna make another video about it, but I just don't think I was worried that he doesn't fit, and like this just confirms my suspicion. I just don't think he fits on the team.
I don't think he fits either. I'm almost ready to take 2 role players back for Cat. Like a Herb Jones. I don't even care. I think that'll fit better than what we have now. Because Herb Jones could defend too.
Yep.
I mean, he's not exactly your quintessential 4, right? And then Mitch has to move back into the starting lineup. You kind of would probably need to get a center. Maybe you get up a Nick Richards or somebody who's having a terrible year.
Exactly. It's just nasty work.
It is.
It's nasty work. But at the end of the day, they're gonna come to you and start asking you questions, right? And they're gonna say, "Oh, like yeah."
Do you think we could salvage this? Is it salvageable with Cat, or is this it?
I think you could if you wait. Yeah, let's be realistic, guys. This team can currently beat the Pistons, Celtics, even Sixers in playoff series. No, they can't. So to that point, and I gotta head out of here.
Yeah, I'm going to wrap up too.
I think if we sit around and we wait to see if Cat can get it together, right? If we leave it the way it is, we add like an addition, a Alvarado or a Bay, we don't make the final. I think we can make the finals, but it's not a guarantee.
No,
Not
I agree with
guaranteed.
you.
I think we can lose in the conference finals or the semifinals, depending on who we're matched up against.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, I mean, we don't even know if we're going to be the 2 seed right now. We could be the 3.
exactly. So, depending on the matchup, I just think that they'll.
Implode.
Yeah, man. I just don't. I I don't like that. I like the way like we should do everything in our power to put all your chips and go all in. You know,
Yeah.
and Leon's in a tough spot, right? To unless
I mean,
Giannis,
again, if you're going to put all your chips in, it's to Giannis, but are they going to take back Cat? That's the $1 million question. If they
no,
do, great. If they don't, then we're talking about dealing OG and Mikhail
no,
for Kuzma and Giannis. Now, does that make us better? You lose a lot on defense for sure.
no, and that's my biggest issue. But I've seen it. The writing's been on the wall. The writing was always on the wall.
With
It was
Cat,
just whoever wanted to look at the wall and see what it said on the wall. And we know that he's a liability defensively. We know the biggest thing that I don't think anybody expected was his game to regress in terms, especially a game where like when Brunson's on the floor, like what's your excuse? Like you need guys to put you in a perfect position, like
right?
and a lot of times you watch them, and again, like Eddie, like when we played the last game, a lot of shots that they got that they could have taken and they passed them up, and it's like, well, you got the space, just shoot the ball, like
Right, exactly. Don't worry about it. Just throw it,
and nothing. So
And tonight we couldn't hit the ocean from from a boat. So,
the
and
effort wasn't.
been an ongoing problem too. Offensively, we are off.
It
You
reminds
know,
me of the Boston Celtics. They lived by when we they lived by the three, they died by the three.
right?
And it was like if they're making it threes, cool. That's it.
No,
Everything
but
was
we're a team that we shoot a lot of threes, but we're at our best when we're scoring in the paint,
in the paint, yeah, because it opens up the three ball.
right? And that's New York Knicks basketball. But what I've been seeing since the Cup, I don't know what this team is. I don't know what to expect night in and night out. I do know what to expect. One thing, that Karl-Anthony Towns is not that number two option. That's for sure. And if this keeps up, come 3 weeks from now, he's gone. He's out of here. If I'm running the Knicks,
Yeah,
I think they're gonna probably keep him, but that's just my take.
I think so too, and I mean that's my guess is that they're gonna keep him, and we gotta hope that we peak at the right time and things get changed, but I'm not gonna hold my breath,
Me
and
neither.
I really want to win the title this year. I think this is the year to do it, and
It's
you
the
got it.
easiest time it's been in years.
Yep, go for it. Go for gold, and whatever you gotta do, do it. Do it. But
I
Leon,
just hope Giannis grows a pair and says,
yeah, and
"Look,
says, yeah, I
get me
want
out
that
of
out here
here."
and trade me to the Knicks.
Yeah,
That's the only way that I think it'll make things so easy, and then we can get a deal done like that. Like you add Giannis to this team,
it's over.
it's over. I'm not. I don't have to worry about effort. I know what I'm gonna get.
Depending on the package, of course, getting sent back, of course.
Yeah. But we'd have to get stuff back from them, and I'll take a Kyle Kuzma.
Sure, I'll put him off the
take,
bench.
I'll take Kyle Kuzma if you're telling me I'm getting Giannis and Brunson. 1-2 punch right there.
New York Sports says, "Hey, Giannis, and we win the finals period." Now, again, it would have
We
to
make
depend
the
on the
finals
package.
period. We
Would
make the
make
finals
it.
period, and depending on who we face, I think I like our chances.
Well, we'll see, man. I know you got to get out of here, so I don't want to keep you in. I feel.
All right, Eddie, apologize if I was late, but
No, don't worry about it, bro.
I'll be back tomorrow. Appreciate everybody.
Yep.
Shout out to Eddie, man. Does a great job with this stuff. Show him some love on the timeline. And subscribe to his YouTube channel.
Appreciate you, Ant. And then at KnicksJedi, if you're not following Ant for definitely some funny content and some you'll make these crazy videos and stuff. Follow Ant at KnicksJedi. You will not be disappointed.
I'm on IG.
IG, yep.
And I just started a YouTube channel. You can follow me at KnicksJedi as well.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so you guys can follow me there. Appreciate all you guys, and sorry we couldn't get the W today, but we'll have to mop up the mess and worry about
Got
Golden
to
State
come back
Warriors
tomorrow
tomorrow.
night.
Hopefully Brunson can play, but if
Yeah,
not, Cat, what you got for us?
exactly.
All
Cat,
right,
Deuce, everybody.
yeah,
OG.
wake the hell up,
Exactly.
wake the hell up. All right, Eddie,
All right. Take care,
take it
Ant. See you
easy.
later. I'm going to wrap up too. Appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you coming. With that said, listen, shout out to the 800 plus in the room. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. Appreciate you guys coming in here. Tough loss, horrible loss, but we'll be back at it tomorrow night. Hopefully we beat Golden State, and maybe that will make us feel a little bit better. But if we lose tomorrow to Golden State, it's really time to start looking into a trade for getting Cat out of here and maybe looking at your options. And then, like I mentioned, maybe you go out and you get a Bam Adebayo. You pair him, with Brunson and OG. That would be a defensive masterclass. If they could take Cat in return, it would be great. And we'll take back the gambler from them. What's his name? I forgot his name. But he's making like $26 million. He's suspended. But with that said, you can follow me at on YouTube at Garden City Media. That's Garden City CITI Media on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and you guys already know at Eddie Presti _ on X. You guys, I got you there. I'll see you again tomorrow night. Good night, everybody. Take care.